Hello everyone. In our previous lecture, we studied how to derive the inductance of a three-phase transmission line when the spacing between the conductors is not symmetrical. Now, as an example of GMD GMD or GMR method, we are going to take a case of multiple circuit line, wherein we will derive the inductance of a double circuit line. I have already told what is the meaning of multi-circuit line or double circuit line. Now once again we will see here. As you can see, I have drawn three sections of transmission line. Now you can see that this is one line, this is second line. Phase A, phase B, phase C of first line, phase A, phase B, phase C of second line. So these two lines will be installed on the same tower. What is the benefit of that? The benefit of double circuit line is that we can utilize same tower for transmission of more power, since we have multiple conductors per phase. One other advantage is that we get a lower inductance. We will see how. Now I have shown here three sections of transposition cycle. This is section 1 of transposition cycle, where phase A is occupying the position 1 in the first line or the first circuit, and phase A dash is occupying the third position of the second circuit. You see, why did I use or choose this combination, this orientation? As we already know that the inductance of a transmission line is calculated using the formula 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 natural log GMD upon GMR. So if I want to reduce the inductance, what I should do? Either I should reduce the GMD, that is mutual geometric mean distance, or the self GMD, that is I should increase the value of the geometrical mean radius. So to increase the value of GMR, I am trying to put the conductors of same phase as far as possible. So in this orientation, phase A conductors of the two lines are diagonally opposite to each other. This causes the maximum possible spacing between the same phase conductors, so that the equivalent GMR of these two conductors making one phase A of an equivalent line is maximized. Similarly, in this section, when transposition occurs in the section 2, the phase C will occupy position 1. So to increase the GMR, I will try to put C dash diagonally opposite to C. Similarly, in the third section, when B will occupy position 1, I will try to place B dash diagonally opposite to B, so that the value of GMR increases. Now as you can see that this is phase A, this is also phase A, this is phase A for transmission line 1 and this is phase A for transmission line 2. Equivalently, we can see that these two conductors comprise or make a composite conductor for phase A. So I can see that AA dash can be assumed to make one composite conductor of phase A. Similarly, BB dash can be assumed to make one conductor of phase B. Similarly, CC dash can also be assumed to make one composite conductor for phase C. Now in our previous lecture, we have already derived the expression for calculation of inductance of a three-phase transmission line when the spacing is unsymmetrical. As you can see that the spacing is not symmetrical in this case also. For example, between AB it is D, between BC it is D, but between A and C it is 2D. So the spacing is not equal for the three phases. That's why I will have to use the formula for calculating the inductance per phase, which is given by LA is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 natural log D equivalent by DS, where DS is the GMR of the phase conductors and D equivalent is the equivalent spacing between the interphase conductors, that is between conductor of phase A and phase B and phase C and phase C and phase A. Now we have already seen that D equivalent is written as cube root of DAB, DBC, DCA, that is the geometric mean of the distances between A and B conductor, B and C conductor and C and A phase conductors. But we can see that DAB is itself made of composite conductors, as A is made of A dash and B is made of BB dash. So to calculate the equivalent value of DAB, I will have to calculate the mutual GMD for the conductors A dash, BB dash. How will I calculate it? I will calculate it using this formula. DAB can be written as 1/4 power of AB distance, AB dash, A dash B, A dash B dash. If you do not understand how did I get this formula, I suggest you to watch the lecture in which I have covered how to calculate the GMD. It is very easy to calculate GMD. If I have to calculate GMD between two group of conductors, let us say A, B, C, D, A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, what I will do, I will make all the pairs possible from conductor 1 to conductor 2, that is A dash, A B dash, A C dash, A D dash into B A dash, B B dash, B C dash, B D dash. Similarly, C A dash, C B dash, C C dash, C D dash into D A dash, D B dash, D C dash and D D dash. Then how many terms are these? 4 terms into 4 terms. The power will be 1/16. Okay. Similarly, there are 2 conductors per phase, so the power will be 1/4, and I can easily write AB dash, A dash B, A dash B dash. So you can see that the distances I have already marked between the 2 conductors. What is AB? AB is nothing, it is just D. What is AB dash? AB dash is nothing, just G. What is A dash B? A dash B is again G. Although I have not clearly shown, but you can see that it is a diagonal of this square, this rectangle. Similarly, A dash B is also a diagonal of the same dimension rectangle. So the value of A dash B will be G only. And what is the value of A dash B dash? A dash B dash is still D. So the resultant will be under root of DG. Similarly, if I want to calculate DBC, it will be 1/4 power of BC, BC dash, B dash C, B dash C dash. It will come out to be under root of DG. Similarly, DCA can be easily calculated as 1/4 power of CA, CA dash, C dash A, C dash A dash. So it will come out to be, what is CA? CA can be seen as 2D. What is CA dash? CA dash is simply H. And what is C dash A? It is again H. And what is C dash A dash? It is still 2D. So the equivalent value is under root of 2DH. Now D equivalent, as I already shown, is written as 1/3 power of, that is cube root of DAB, DBC, DCA. I will put the value of DAB, DBC, DCA from here and solve it. The value will come out to be 2 raised to power 1/6, H raised to power 1/6, G raised to power 1/3, D raised to power 1/2. Now I have found out this part. The remaining is DS. Now you can see that the GMR is changing in each section. In every section, A dash are occupying different positions. So the GMR in section 1 will be different, in section 2 it will be different, and in section 3 it will still be different. So how to find the equivalent GMR? It is very simple. As we have found equivalent D, that is cube root of the 3 distances, similarly the equivalent GMR will be cube root of the 3 GMRs which will be found out in each section. So when this position this position 1 is being occupied by conductor A and position 3 is being occupied by conductor A dash, that is in section 1, what is the value of the GMR of A dash? It is simply DAA dash, DA dash A dash, DA dash A. If you do not understand how to calculate the value of GMR, then I will suggest you to visit that lecture in which I have shown how to calculate the value of GMD as well as GMR. I can still repeat it here. So if you are given, let us say, this conductor with 3 strands, so what is the value of its GMR? It is simple, very simple. I will write all the possible pairs including the self DAA, DAB, DAC, again DBA, DBB, DBC, again DCA, DCB, DCC. So how many terms? 3 by 3, 9 terms, and the power will be 1 by 9. Now I already told in that lecture that DAA, DBB, DCC are nothing but the self GMD of each strand, which is given by R dash, where R is the radius of that strand and R dash is given by 0.7788 R. So to calculate the value of GMR in section 1 for phase A conductor, it will be simply DS1 is equal to 1 by 4 power of DAA, DAA dash, DA dash A dash, DA dash A. Now DAA is simply GMR of this strand, R dash, DAA dash. What is the value of DAA dash? It is F. It is F. Now DA dash A dash is still again the GMR of the strand only, which is R dash only. Now what is DA dash A? DA dash A is still F. So what is the value? Under root of R dash F. Similarly, what is the value of GMR when the conductor A dash are occupying this position, that is in section 2? It is simply this figure, DAA, DAA dash, DA dash A dash, DA dash A, that is 1 by 4th power of these values. Now putting the value of DAA is still R dash. What is the value of DAA dash? DAA dash is H. DA dash A dash is again R dash and DA dash A is H. So the equivalent value is square root of R dash H. Similarly, the GMR of this conductor A, sorry, it is conductor A. Conductor A in section 3 is DS3 is equal to 1 by 4th power of DAA, DAA dash, DA dash A, DA dash A. So the value comes out to be in this section 3 can be, you can see DAA, DA dash A dash are again GMR of the strand, which is R dash only. I have to find DAA dash only. DAA dash is F. So I have written F here. So equivalent value is square root of R dash F. Now, as I already told, to find the equivalent of these three, I will have to take only the geometric mean, similar to this. To find the equivalent distance, I took the geometric mean only. Similarly, to find equivalent GMR, I will take the mean of these only. So D as equivalent for phase A will be cube root of ds1, ds2, ds3, which will come out to be r dash raised to power 1 by 2, f raised to power 1 by 3, h raised to power 1 by 6. So in the next slide, I will put these values, value of ds equivalent and d equivalent, to find the inductance of the composite conductor made by the strands A and A dash. We will see in the next slide. Okay, now let's see the next slide. I have already deleted the irrelevant portion for this slide. The relevant portion from the previous one has been kept as it is. Putting the value of D equivalent and ds equivalent in this, I will get the inductance of the composite conductor formed by conductor strands A and A dash, which is given by 2 into 10 raised to power minus 7 natural log 2 raised to power 1 by 6 g by f power 1 by 3 d by r dash power 1 by 2. You can see h raised to power 1 by 6 got cancelled out. Now you can see that if I assume that these strands, these AA dash strands are carrying equivalent current and these are in parallel, so the inductance of this strand and this strand will be in parallel, and the equivalent inductance of the composite conductor will be half of either of these two. So the inductance of either of this strand, one strand, can be taken as twice of the that of the composite conductor. So the value of the inductance for each strand or the for each phase, for each transmission line, that is transmission line 1 or 2, it can be given by 4 into 10 raised to power minus 7 natural log 2 raised to power 1 by 6 g by f power 1 by 3 d by r power 1 by 2 Henry per meter. Now there is one interesting thing to see. If I increase the spacing of these two transmission lines, that is, this line is on some other tower and this line is on some other tower, so this G and F will tend to 1, that is the ratio of G by F will tend to 1 only, and the value of inductance will be simply 4 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 10 to the power minus 7 natural log 2 raised to power 1 by 6 d by r power 1 by 2. That is twice of inductance of per strand, that is per phase, and any mutual effect will be negligible. So this factor, the factor G by F raised to power 1 by 3, caters for the mutual effect of these two transmission lines being in proximity of each other. In this way, I can derive the inductance of any configuration if I know this formula or this formula, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 natural log GMD upon GMR. Here D equivalent is nothing, just a kind of GMD only. So in this lecture, what we have seen that we can derive the value of inductance of any kind of configuration for any type of transmission line if I know how to calculate the value of GMD and GMR. Now one more thing, if you find my lectures helpful, then it is requested that you please share and subscribe my YouTube channel and also press the bell icon, so that you can get the notification of new video as and when it is uploaded to the channel. Thank you.